Don't call it a comeback, because it wasn't. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another writing video. Today's video, I'm going to talk about the end of Nano and what my plans are for that project moving forward. So, picking up from last week, my last video, I still had 2 days of Nano left and I was pretty sure I wasn't going to be able to get caught up. And I was right, I was not able to get caught up. In fact, I kind of blew it those last 2 days. I was trying to get to at least 20K and I didn't even do that. My ending word count ended up being 19,313. The worst I've ever done. I'm not even really sure what to say about that because other years I've done so much better when I feel like I had a lot more excuses. So I don't know, but I will say a win for the for the month of, you know, whatever, a win out of this experience is that I really learned a lot about my process, what I need to write, and what I still need to work on is pushing through even though I'm stressed or I have other things going on. Because in life, there is always going to be things going on, and if I really want to make this happen, I gotta make it happen no matter what. So that's kind of the plan moving forward. So since Nano ended, I had the intention of continuing Nano, right, and doing at least a sentence every day until I hit 50K. And I did it for like 2 days after Nano ended, and then I got stuck again. So I have officially realized that I am not a pantser, because what happened was I came to this big scene at this Chicago landmark, and it's a whole day scene of stuff happening, and a lot like happens in that scene. Like, there's a lot of character development, there's a lot of like new things revealed, and things that progress the plot quite a bit and change things for a lot of the characters. And all I had really written down was like, go to this place. And I had like in my mind things that needed to happen, but then when I tried to just write it, I was like, how do I get all these things to happen? Where do I start? Where are they going? How do I describe it? And so I realized I have to plot that scene out. It's too big of a scene. There's too much going on to just pants it. I don't know how you pantsers do it, because I just... But I will say I'm glad that I took a few days off before plowing through, even though I wanted to try to write every day, because it was like the third day that I was just kind of letting it marinate, that I had a huge epiphany about something really big I want to happen in that scene. And I don't think I would have come up with that had I not waited. So I think sometimes it's important that you just let scenes sit with you and you wait for inspiration, because some things that were sort of happening around me in life kind of helped me get to that point. Also, talking to people. So I think you want to be really careful with what you talk to people about in terms of your book. Whole reasons for that, like not for like stealing purposes, but I don't want to get into that right now. But I think you should keep a lot of things to yourself, especially people you want to beta read. But I also just think talking out problems or talking out issues, even if what they give back to you isn't what you end up doing, just the act of talking it out, for me at least, always helps me work through issues. So like, for example, I was texting Kevin about a concern I had, and he was at work, so he couldn't respond right away. So like, as I was texting it out to him, things started to occur to me, and I just kept texting him, and I ended up texting him like 10 times in a row. And by the time I got to the 10th text, I'd already figured it out. Like, I figured my way out of the problem, and he never even responded. So he was just like, I was like, thanks for helping. And he was like, glad I could be of help, I guess. So sometimes just like getting it out of your head and somewhere else will help you kind of work through the problem. At least it did for me. So that's my next step, is to write that big scene. I'm in the process of plotting it, but I'm in like major grade mode, so I'm just having a hard time with time management, because we're also trying to get a bunch of stuff done for the move next week. So that's the next big thing, is writing that big scene, and trying to get that plotted out first before I do it. In terms of trying to get to the 50K or more so to the end of the first draft. I wanted to try to get it done by the end of December. I just don't know if that's gonna happen between my grading, my move, and then my brother just had a baby yesterday. Well, my sister-in-law had him, but they just had a baby yesterday, baby Nolan, and I'm so excited to go meet him. So as soon as we move from California to North Carolina, we'll be there maybe like 2 days, and then we're gonna turn around and drive up to Illinois to see the baby and the rest of my family, of course. So I just don't know how much time I'm gonna have in December. So I think a more manageable goal is to be done by January. I'm still gonna try to push to get it done by the end of December, but I don't wanna set myself up for failure because I get really upset with myself and I get really like down about it. So I think January is much more manageable. And then my plan for next year, very loosely, is to get the draft done, edit it, send it to beta readers, then edit it again, then maybe another round of betas, just depending on how big of changes I have to make, and then querying it. So my plan for the end of next year is to try to get an agent by the end of the year. I want to start querying probably June or July for an agent. So I'm hoping by the end of the year to have an agent. So that's my writing goal for the year. And so yes, that's what I plan on updating you guys with every week, letting you know where I'm at in the writing process on my goal to getting it published. So if you're interested in following that journey, make sure that you have subscribed to this channel so you don't miss any of my writing videos. I'm also very interested in that. I feel like there's not enough people on YouTube who are doing that, sort of chronicling their path toward traditional publishing. A lot of people on YouTube do independent publishing or like self-publishing, which is totally like cool, like do your thing. I just would love to see the process of someone going through trying to get traditionally published. So if you know of any channels or if you yourself do that, please comment down below so that I can follow those people as well, because that's kind of what I love to see, and that's what I'm trying to provide, you know, for other people to see what it's like, what, you know, what the deal is. So that's the plan. That's where I'm at. And I'm hoping for next week, I want to have a goal every week, because that's what I do with my weight loss videos. I have a goal for the week that I try to work towards. So my goal for next week is, let's see, I'm at 19,000. Let's try to, I don't want to give myself too big of a goal because I do have a lot to do this next week. But let's try for the next writing video, I want to try to have that scene written. How about that? That way I don't have like a certain word count, but like that whole scene of that day done. Because that's a big one. I have to finish plotting it out and write it all out, and a lot of stuff happens. So that's gonna be my goal, is to at least get that scene done. And I would imagine it's probably gonna be a couple thousand words. So that's the goal for next week. So make sure you tune in next week to see if I get there and if I've moved beyond that. And yeah, if you yourself are writers, comment down below. Let me know what you're working on, what your progress is, or if you've ever thought about writing and you need that extra encouragement, let me know. I do reply to all comments. Thank you guys so much for checking in with my writing videos. I'm really excited about this upcoming year. I'm really hoping that this is the year for me that I actually take a huge step toward becoming a published author. It is something I've always wanted, and I really hope to make that happen. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please, if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!